Alright. And, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Mondo Kool podcast.
Mondo.
Cool.
Wow, that's sick.
Cool. It's your boy, Mark Lane, a.k.a. Young Dick Nose on the beat.
Damn.
On my left, we got the boy.
Enrique.
And on my right, we got the other boy.
I'm Austin. Hey.
What's up?
Hello.
Meow.
Meow.
Young Meow.
AKA Meow.
Damn.
Pee-pee boy.
AKA Pee-pee Big Boy. Damn.
Weird, wild week in hip hop.
It's been a wild one.
Interesting news we got. Starting things off, though, you've been waiting.
Yeah.
An album that was announced 7 years ago.
Oh my god.
Finally having an official release date. Of course, I'm talking about the legend,
The only.
the god.
Task Force. Protect him at all costs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Bass
Oh my god,
God.
Bass God.
Oh my god, Bass God.
Lil B.
You could drop an album, Bass God.
Ooh, has finally announced a release date for Black Can. It's coming out August 25th. Yeah, what a title.
It's gonna be so sick. I'm pumped for the Lil B album,
dude,
honestly.
if you haven't gotten a chance to hear the 7 songs he
I'm
dropped
pumped.
with it, it's gonna be, I think, like 27 tracks total. But let me tell you, the tracks are based.
I'm pumped.
They're pretty
I'm really
based.
excited.
I'm confused at what this is. So, as a person who doesn't know what's going on here,
Are
You
you
know
not a
Lil
Lil B guy?
I know Lil B stuff, but
Bass
like,
God.
what this has been announced like
Legend.
for a while.
Well, he was
ago,
out.
Black
He
Man.
announced that like his next album was coming out in like 2010. Like he was like, Black Can's coming out. It's gonna be.
He's had other mixtapes, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He's
got
got a
another
million
mixtape.
mixtapes.
Okay, so this was another mixtape he just announced.
Well, this is an album.
Oh, so this is
This
an
is the
proper
This is
album.
a proper
So
album.
the one before that was I'm Gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Was
there
the
hasn't
only
been
other-
another one since then.
Yes.
He's
Okay,
great.
cool. Just making sure.
I think
So
he's
this
like,
is the follow up to I'm Gay.
this is the year his album should come
So
out.
I'm Gay came out in like 2011, 2012? Yeah, it had to be 2012.
somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
So it's been 5 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
It's been a long ass time, and so now he's finally deciding to, drop it this month. End of
It's
this
time.
month. He dropped 7 songs with him, and they are.
It's so
It's
crazy.
wild. All
Can
based.
like a label let you do that? Just drop 7 songs? That's
I
so
mean,
crazy.
I don't think Lil B plays by the rules.
Yeah, is
Never
he
has.
on a label?
Yeah, but that's my question. If he doesn't, then he's probably not on a label.
Yeah,
I don't
think
think
he's on a label.
He's probably on whatever the hell he's on. Like
Yeah.
he's doing his own thing.
I think he can be fully independent and function.
Yeah.
which
So,
is sick.
yeah.
Because he's doing his thing. I mean, he's got his brand. It's crazy what he's been able to, like, accomplish in terms of, like, getting on ESPN, doing MIT lectures.
Destroying Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. To the point where, like, ESPN had to bring him on. That, like,
He's a-
blows
he's
me.
a- yeah.
Blows my mind when he was on ESPN talking
He's a
about
force
the
to be
curse.
reckoned with.
So, yeah, he's doing his damn thing. And... man, I wish I got you the notes in time so you guys could have heard these tracks.
I
'cause
wish.
they're
I'm
something.
pumped. I'm still thinking about Lil B from the Pack back in the old days.
Yeah,
It's so fun
but
to
the
see how he's
production
evolved.
is really, it's interesting. It's
I think-
based.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
going to
in-
question the
I
bass
think
god,
at
but it's
this
interesting.
Point, we should just wait for the album. 7 songs. That's so much of it.
That's true.
That's like a
I
good
kinda
chunk.
want-
Well,
just wait
is
for
it?
the album.
Because it's
Yeah,
like
I
27.
agree.
It's 27 tracks.
But yeah, he does release like 500 song mixtapes,
So
so
this
it's not
is
rare
true.
for him to drop like a dumb amount of songs.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
But also,
I don't know. Maybe it's more curated this time.
I would rather, for an album, I kind of want to hear it all at once. But
Yeah.
that is, you know.
Well, a lot of hype for that, but an album, I don't know how hype I'm about for.
I'm 50-50.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I am 50-50. I'll
And I
explain.
got reasons. Yeah.
So Drake has announced that he's working on another album. He was at OVO Fest, his festival, like 2 days
OVO
ago, I
Carnival?
think was the last. Yeah, and he announced that new music soon comes. So I don't know, but I'll tell you why I'm excited.
With that, the important part with this, right, is it not gonna? Oh, is this are those 2 separate albums he's announcing?
Well, the other one's like a rumor. He just kind of like said it. We'll get into that one.
Okay.
But this one, he's saying this is a proper album he's planning on, and I don't know. I'm excited. I feel like he works in like 2s. Like I feel like we got some meh before. If you're reading this too late, like I feel like if he's
I love
feeling,
if you're reading this too.
No,
yeah,
that's great.
If he's
That's
feeling
awesome.
focused enough, like this will be a good project.
I feel like it's less about focus and more about intention for Drake. If he's
Yeah.
trying to make a pop radio hit like he has the past like 2 years, I'm not gonna be excited. But if he goes like Drake, this is what I want to be making, rather than what like the charts want me to be making, I'm gonna be pumped.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I've always been someone that like really wants the music that the artist wants to make. Except for certain situations, of course. But
Right.
Like, I'm curious to see if this is a Drake album that's like a Drake album, or if this is a like Drake generic
A playlist.
Playlist for the radio.
Yeah.
I just don't need any more passion fruit.
I know.
It's just too generic. I just miss when he would like bring up details.
Boring.
It's just like generic catchphrase about heartbreak.
What makes me sad about that too is he's like clearly like, you know, getting invested in Georgia Smith, and she's really talented and is like very like not used on that song at all. Like they could have had a way better collab.
You're talking about the one with the girl on Kali Uchis album?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't.
I don't even remember.
I haven't listened to her album or music.
I think she only has an EP. Like she doesn't have that much music.
She's
out
really
yet.
talented.
She's very new.
All the stuff I've heard, she's great. She's just female. What's his name? It starts with an S.
Sampha?
Yeah, she's like female Sampha.
Yeah,
is what she reminds me of. I don't know whether or not her like music sounds different, but just the way she sounds.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I feel like they have to be from like the same part of the UK too.
Yeah.
Like
also, both on Drake projects.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You might be attracted to like the same type of like music, like people.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. I'm never like sleep when I hear a Drake announcement for an album, but I'm definitely like, we'll see. We'll see what the singles sound like.
Like, even if the singles come out and they're all radio, I'm still gonna like listen to them whether I want to or I'm forced to.
Yeah, like I hate to say it, like I'm not gonna not listen to a Drake project.
Yeah, do you think that we're on like after More Life, like Drake decline? Almost?
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
definitely curious to see.
I feel
Views was Drake peak, right?
I feel like it's like a Drake making like quality music is going down and Drake making pop hits is going up. So they're just like crossing each other in a bummer way. Like his pop hits are off the shit right now. He's killing it.
Do better than Views?
Well, it didn't matter that the fact that like he had. I mean, his radio singles bring him to like these albums getting like these really big, I don't know, platinum or whatever the heck they are.
Do you think with his new album he'll pull more shenanigans in terms of like mixtape or
I'm hoping
like, album or playlist?
Yeah.
I don't know, like etch a sketch.
I'm hoping he feels that like he has something to prove, because I think right now he's facing this thing where a lot of people are like, Drake, you're putting out too much stuff, it's all starting to sound the same, like cut it out. And he's like, no, like I'm just ready to go. So I hope he comes out being like, no, I can still make fire after fire.
I think he just needs to go into the hyperbolic time change.
Yeah, he needs to like relax.
I think he needs to turn off. I think he needs to stop listening to music for like a month and then go back and make what he enjoys rather than what the radio and like what.
Or find more obscure people to rip off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he already ripped X and completely ripped
X. Not popular people, but obscure people. Or at least if he's gonna bring them on the song with him.
Yeah, so, like, exactly. Like at least put them on.
And man. Ugh.
So
I love Drake, but come on, Champagne Poppy, pick it up.
Pick it up.
Like, come on, man. Less Garbo, more good stuff.
But then there's also the Drake Weekend possible collab album.
Right.
And this is where it gets wild. So, a potential Drake Weekend album. By the way, Watch the Throne is like 8 years old, by the way. There was his birthday like 2 days ago, and that was wild, being like, wow, that was 8 years ago. Anyway, if Drake in the Weekend, I think this album is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be like one of the most rawest, intense like things we've had from both of them in a while. Because, like, Trilogy was amazing, and Drake's old shit, like, Take Care and all of that was so emotional. Yeah, like, that was so good and real, but I'm so afraid we're going to get more, like, The Weeknd not saying what he really means and just innuendos about coke rather than just being, like, real.
I'm on coke, yeah.
Because, I don't know, I was talking about The Weeknd today, and I was like, man, he used to just be like, I'm having sex with strippers and there's cocaine in the shower and blah, blah, blah.
He used to be very dark.
Yeah, and he was dark and real, and now he's like innuendo about the same stuff or like watered down version of the same thing for the radio. And it's sad. If they both go all out and make like what they really feel and mean and don't mask it for like censored radio, it's going to be sick.
It's kind of like how I felt about like the Gambino Chance thing. It's like if they made this a while ago, I would have been very hyped. I don't know. Thinking about what they sound like now, I don't know.
I'm just not into them right now.
In Drake's track records of collab albums, there'll be like one or two good songs, and then just based off the Future one, because they're a good pair, but still like, I feel it's just done more for the hype than for the music, at this point. Even when like I think Drake and Future, I think it happened at the right moment, but still wasn't perfect, right? So I don't know. I just like I am very cautious.
Yeah, no, I'm. It's always scary. I feel like collab albums are either like the coolest thing or something you listen to once.
What's a great collab album?
Watch the Throne, which by the way, chat's saying was 6 years.
But that's one that like it's contentious. A lot of people think it's overhyped.
I don't.
Like, yeah, but it's
definitely a hit or miss.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like I like it a lot too, but there was like the amount of hype surrounding it. There's like a lot of people who were disappointed.
I mean, I don't know if you want to kind of like run the jewels.
But that's weird.
Yeah, that's different.
Just because they're not like they weren't that popular.
Yeah.
Who do you want to see a collab album from?
No, but I'm just saying.
If you had to pick 2 current artists that you actually care about.
But I'm just saying, in the past, when has a collab album been like, wow, this really? I mean, I guess Run the Jewels is the only like one you can think of, like one that wow, that was actually great.
That's how I only feel that about Watch the Throne.
Yeah, I guess that might be it.
Because I feel like there was this point where like everyone was announcing possible collab albums. Kendrick, J. Cole, Chance.
The Little B Chance mixtape was great.
Yeah, was great.
Remember there was
that was great.
There was gonna be a Soulja Boy, Lil B. Who else?
It was like a super group. It was Soulja Boy, Lil B,
and like someone else off the shits.
Else.
Ridiculous.
And they all got announcements, and I was always just like, why? Like, what's the precedent for this? Like, why is everyone wanting to do this?
Why
we
is
only have
the
maybe 2
the Interpol RZA album?
Oh God, Banks stealing Banks.
Yeah.
Or Banks and Steals, whatever the hell it is.
I just like so far, I don't think there's been, other than Watch the Throne, I think there hasn't been one. So
yeah.
I think that might happen for the reason hasn't happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's difficult.
It's hard to do.
It's hard.
It's definitely hard to do.
The amount like people have to really.
You have to agree on everything to make an album together.
And your success is like dependent on both of you, and you've been successful before, like independent of each other. So that's scary, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to Run the Jewels, where they were not, they just became more successful. There's more of a risk on their part.
Yeah,
for sure.
Rather than just a song, which is like, oh, that didn't work out, and then they don't. Because if I have an album, we have to tour together. Yeah. We have to do everything together.
You have to be together for a bit.
We're a team. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a reason why collab albums don't usually. They're rumored, but don't come out a lot.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
J. Cole, Kendrick, like all that.
I wonder how many like attempts have been made at a collab album where they eventually scrap it.
A lot.
Probably a shitload.
Probably J. Cole, Kendrick. They've tried a bunch.
I'm so glad that got thrown away.
It's not thrown away. It's still in speaks.
Yeah,
still in speaks. Doom Ghostface. There's
Doom Ghostface. Yeah, they've been releasing tracks from that for the last like 15 years.
We're probably gonna get in our later announcement. That's probably all they're gonna be.
They have a new song every 3 years. Like, it's pretty good, I guess.
All right.
Jay Electronico himself can't happen that collab.
Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of rumored projects, Donald Glover recently had a BBC Radio 1 interview where he was saying that he is making new music and to not throw away Childish Gambino just yet. He's circled back, and he's saying,
my response when I read this was like, duh.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm like, I don't know why he would have done that based on the success
he's not making music. Huh?
Yeah.
That's like my least favorite headline. Just like artists are like, I'm currently working on music. It's like, no shit they are.
Well,
like it's not like they're thinking like it's like Earl Sweatshirt. There was like Earl Sweatshirt's working on music. Yeah. That means an album's coming. I was like, duh.
But here's the thing. I'm actually like that headline gets me excited because I don't know what Earl Sweatshirt's doing at all. Like he's probably making music.
It's
but
just
like,
there to remind us of who they are.
Hype building. Yeah.
It is easy hype building.
But it's also I think they released that information so people be like, oh yeah, they're still relevant.
Yeah.
But
they're
like,
still alive.
But it's not like real like. Oh, wow, that's a surprise.
Right.
Hey.
The thing I wanted to take away from this one was that he kind of circled back on the like Childish Gambino thing, and he's like, nah, I'm probably still going to release music as Childish Gambino.
Yeah, it's a good call.
And so I was like, oh, okay, good, and I hope it's another like singing album and like stuff like that. So that's why I was kind of just like, oh, all right, you're actually not
it's all about Atlanta written, so maybe he's just focusing on music right now. Or they're filming, so I don't know.
Filming in September.
So he has this like dead period right now, so he might finish it up.
Hopefully,
that'd be sweet.
Like I know his schedule, but that's
he's probably.
He said he finished writing season 2 and is not being shot until September. That means there's a lot of downtime.
He's doing nothing.
There's a month.
He's sitting on a couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
Practically.
Apparently in London too.
In London.
Apparently he's like staying there right now.
He's gonna come back with a grime album.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine the Gambino grime album?
Oh god!
He's gonna be signed to OVO.
Jesus Christ!
Best friends with Skepta.
Him and Skepta, yeah.
Best buddies.
Whatever Skepta's brother's name is, like I forgot.
Skepta too.
No, Skepta's brother is like apparently like more famous within like the underground.
Yeah,
that's sick.
But I don't know his name.
Touche.
But Drake didn't sign him, so I don't care.
Yeah. That's how it goes. That's how
his music is good too. I listened to the track or two. I was like, oh, this is really interesting. But I was like,
I'll get you.
Those Drake cosigns. Well, more hype for albums. XXXTentacion released the full track list. I have some thoughts about that. And some snippets, giving us some samples of what it's going to be.
So I haven't read the track list, so tell me.
I actually, as a person, like just don't read track lists because they don't get me excited because they have no context for me. I mean, I like to read the track list like I'm listening to it. Like I like to be like, oh cool, here's the shit I'm getting into. Like when I listened to the Booty Tape, I didn't want to read the track list before I could like actually listen to it because then I don't know, I like having it served to me fresh.
Well, like, here's the thing when I see a track list. When I see a track list, I think about, like, 3 things. How many tracks there are.
True.
Features. Mm-hmm. And, like, if there's, like, a real standout, like, album name. I mean, like, a track name. If there's something, like, wild, then I'll be like, oh, no.
That's fair.
Wifey or
Wi-Fi? Wifey or Wi-Fi or, like, something just, like, a crazy song title name. I'll be like, alright. But, like, those are, like, I'm not very, like, oh, what's every song called and what's it mean? I'm just like, oh, how long is it going to be? Who's on it?
The last, I think, track list that I actually, like, I got excited from looking at was it Atrocity Exhibition? It was for Really Doe. That was, like, Kendrick Lamar, Absol, Earl Sweatshirt with Black Milk Production on this one song. And I was like, all right, I'm probably going to listen to this song.
Yeah, like, that's going to get me.
I'm probably going to, I'm just going to skip to it because I'm just, like, invested. Just like, wow, this is, like, a lot. This is crazy that all these people are on a song together.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like track lists a lot of time for me at least just, like, set up expectations and, like, they're either met or I'm disappointed. And I'd rather just be surprised.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And, like, but, like, they're sick.
It's sick too, and like I like that. I don't think it's on purpose, but Apple Music sometimes like just fucks up and doesn't tell me who's on the song.
And I'm like,
then they like I hear like Jane Smith's voice, and I'm like, oh hey,
what's
Jane
up?
Smith.
Yeah,
and I was like,
like when I listened to the Flower Boy and Jaden Smith just showed the heck up. I didn't know he was on there, and I got more joy out of being like, wait a second, wow, rather than like knowing like he's coming in 4 songs.
Your wow was very Owen Wilson.
Wow. I've been doing a lot of Owen Wilson wows recently. It's a problem. I'm trying to stop. Please stop me. Make fun of me for it.
But
you can become them.
Wow.
You just gotta get your crooked nose.
Wow. Yeah, I'm working on it.
But yeah, well, so going by my criteria of what I looked in the track list, it's gonna be 8 tracks. So that always to me is like I need at least 10.
I want
picky, 10. But I was like, all right, so it's 8 tracks.
They're good. Then
yeah.
If there's one bad track, that's bad.
That's true.
Like you lose a lot.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make all those 8 tracks good in order for it to really stand. That's just, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
If I only like 4 or 3 tracks out of an 8-track album, that's that's a fail.
It's a 50%. That's a fail.
Pretty bad.
I've been starting to grade albums based on how many songs there are and how many I like.
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting ending an album being like, oh, that's a 6 out of 11. And just like being able to give an actual number that's like actually applies to the amount of effort put into an album, which is fun. Like on Yachty, it's probably like a 2 of 55 because that was like a too long of an album. And it was cool because he got some good songs on there, but there's so many songs that weren't good. It was bad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Also there's like other factors you take in other than just like a track per track basis, right?
Like what?
Just like thematically how everything comes together.
Even if there's like a track
if there's a track that you don't like, but you're like, okay, but I get why this is here.
Totally.
Like, and also I can see like this building up for this song or something else. I mean, it's I guess everything on an album to album basis, right?
Definitely.
Like they basically just saying like, hey, what's their intention? Did they achieve it? Like, do I like the songs?
Yeah, and I don't keep this new thing that I'm doing where I'm scoring albums like this super like strict. I was listening to what's the Tyler album, Cherry Bomb, the other day, and I ended up giving it like a 6.9 out of whatever things were on there because one song was just like really close but not good enough for me, so I gave it a 0.9.
What song?
Oh fuck, I can't remember.
On Cherry Bomb?
On Cherry Bomb. I really listened to Cherry Bomb for the first time in like a year, and I was like, this isn't as bad as I remember it, but I'm still not crazy hyped. And my like order ranking as far as albums go is still exactly the same. But it's better than I remember. I was comparing it too heavily to his previous works to like give it a chance.
That's fair.
What is like if you just shift over to Flower Boy, you're like, wow, it's just like a way better version.
Oh, yeah, it's a better version of that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, considering the snippets themselves, he played just like a classic footage of filming your iTunes type shit.
Yeah.
So he played a track called "Save Me."
Who did?
A track called X.
Of course, it's called "Save Me." That's gonna be emotional. I cannot wait to cry.
That one of the snippets he played, that one was the one I was most excited about.
Ooh.
"Save Me" sounds crazy.
I'm so hyped now.
There's "Fuck Love."
Fuck Love. Tyler, the Creator's already made that song on the Dinosaur Tape, but anyway.
Ooh, good
it's fine.
I mean, Dinosaur Tape.
Dinosaur Tape EP.
Wow, what are you, a big fan?
I'm a big Tyler stan. That's why I was upset when everyone's like, what, you don't like Cherry Bomb? And I'm like, did you listen to Bastard at all? Like,
wow.
Don't tell me what his best album is.
Tyler, you need to give this man more than some shoes.
Hey,
He's a big time stan. Holy hell.
I'm Colossus fan. I'm an obnoxious one, but.
But yeah, so there's "Save Me," "Fuck Love" featuring Trippie Redd. And last song is the outro.
Good.
So it's definitely as he said, it's a song for the depressed. It's very guitar based.
The whole album was for the depressed.
Yeah, and it's very emo rock.
Does he have any songs that are already out on this album? For example, Garrett's song or like
Garrett's Revenge is
Song from Jail?
No, Garrett's Revenge.
But like Song from Jail isn't on there. There's a song that's like Song or something from Jail. It's like really emotional. It's one of his like really sad ones.
That I guess is not on there.
I don't think it's on there.
Cool. That's fine with me.
But yeah, Garrett's Revenge is the only song I recognize.
Hey, let's flip into the album review.
Alright, yeah, let's get to it.
Let's burn through these.
Let's just cut
let's
to
just
the
wreck
chase.
them.
It's just like...
Well, album reviews. Let's at least give this a good stuff. We got an album from ASAP 12V, probably the member of ASAP Mob I know the least about.
How much do you know about ASAP
Ant?
Like a decent... I think the one I know the most outside of like Ferg and Rocky is Nast.
Oh no, I'm saying the least.
Least.
Ant or 12V?
I think 12V, because Ant has like a couple more features.
Okay, alright.
So I'm like at least like heard him more. But 12V is probably the least I know about. And he's released his debut album with the genius title. I'm sure he thought about this very long and hard. It's called 12. And
this is fun because none of us talked about our opinions on this album, and I'm very excited to hear.
Who wants to start.
Are there 12 tracks on it?
14.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit, right?
Yeah, the other thing that's bullshit.
I super agree.
I'm gonna get into my thoughts on the album, but the other thing that's bullshit, he doesn't even like explain like the significance of the 12. Like you would at least think you were gonna make everything about the 12. Like you would explain the significance. So at least I'm like, all right, fair. But instead it's just anyway. Anyone want to start? Should I go?
Yeah. You go.
Well, right after shitting on it for that stuff, I actually really liked it.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I thought really it was like, in terms of like this person I haven't heard much from, I thought it was like a really solid tape in terms of an introduction of who he is, what his sound is. I thought there was a lot of tracks I actually enjoyed in terms of like his sound and everything, and it was kind of interesting because it kind of made me like remember like, oh yeah, these guys are like from New York.
Yeah, it was such a New York
very
album.
New York, because I feel like when you have ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg, they're so different from what New York is that I was like, oh right, like Harlem, these guys are very New York. So that was interesting, but there was definitely some standout tracks to me. The standout tracks were Last Year Being Broke.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the only.
Sunset Park. I've actually, in terms of like all the other albums we talked about, this one I actually like the end more than the beginning. Like the last like 5 songs, I was like, oh wow, these are all really solid. So I don't know. I thought it was in terms of like, hey, I'm one of the guys from ASAP Mob you never hear about.
Exactly.
Here he came in with like a solid introduction and like even gave me some explanations for like why he wasn't as prevalent, because he has that song Strapped where he's like, I wasn't worried about rap, so I was worried about being in these streets still. So now we're kind of finally seeing him commit to rap, and I think it's a pretty solid effort. But Austin seems to not agree, because he's like, fuck New York and fuck that sound that has nothing for me. Yeah, let's hear
Thank you for reviewing it for me.
Yeah, you're
that's
welcome.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's so tough because I have so much respect for New York hip hop culture, but it's good and it's so important, and I can't say shit because I'm not from there.
Right.
But it seems like a parody of itself. Like, it's so wacky and like exactly what it is. Like, it seems like it's so stuck in 1998. Like, I don't feel like I heard any and now you don't have to be a good album, but I feel like there's not one reference in this album that's past 2000. Like, everything about it feels like we're still in the 90s. And like,
but I also feel like,
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's why I also feel like this is an old head album. This is an album you're gonna play for your uncle. That's like, this is the only thing he can fuck with as far as current music goes. He's like, you know what? Everything sucks, but the new 12 album, woo. I feel like it's an old head album, and that's fine because the old heads really need albums in the era of
But I feel like it's only an old head album in terms of he's still like rapping about those things that most people rapped about in the 90s, where he's talking about the environment he's come from, what he's been going through in that. It's not like I didn't feel like he was making a lot of references that were like too dated. I feel like he wasn't making that many references at all. I think it's
like the boom bap drums.
He was just kind of going with that sound and just telling his story and reflecting on what he was.
Yeah, and I'm really not trying to hate by any means. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish. It's just I'm not trying to hate by any means. It's just like it felt like an audition tape to be a part of the ASAP Mob. I feel like I was more excited by ad-libs in the background. Because one thing ASAP Mob rocks is they're really good at reverb ad-libs. Woo, woo! It's like, when I heard Ferg, I was like, oh shit, this is exciting. And then it was over, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta listen to the rest of the 12 album. And I don't know, man. And I'm not trying to hit on New York by any means. New York is sick. Everyone keep doing your thing, and the culture's important. But it wasn't for me. And that's fine. The old heads need more music.
What's your thoughts?
So I do like New York rap, but like this is like, it's like almost like
I'm always alone here.
Yeah,
no one vibes
but
with
like
me.
All the songs I liked sounded like songs from like the A$AP Ferg song, which I love.
I love the A$AP Ferg song.
It sounds like an A$AP Ferg song.
It was an A$AP Ferg song.
It was mostly A$AP Ferg with a 12 verse on it because he has the
That's
chorus.
Fair.
Yep, and then he ends it. And I'm like, all right, this that, and then the Flatbush Zombies song.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
it sounds like a Flatbush
Zombies song. Same with the Joey Badass song.
Yeah,
every feature.
So
was
I was
sick.
like, that was my biggest complaint because I was like, he definitely gets overshadowed.
It just kind of like him. I just came off being like, wow, he has some great friends. And he is talented. He's a good man. I feel mean saying these things.
Yeah, I felt bad,
but like. It kind of remember.
Be real.
I remember the first thing I said was like, it felt like an East Coast TDE album, but like a very low rent one.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it was just like
savage.
Like it was like one that's trying to actually become more conceptual or kind of like have like those transitions, but like kind of like a Schoolboy Q, but less talented. Because it just like falls apart.
Now that you bring that up, I will say a lot of the skits. Pretty unneeded.
Yeah, the skits
pretty unneeded.
Huge point for me.
Pretty unneeded.
The skits felt like they were grabbed from other old songs and just thrown together. He just was like, what are the generic things people talk about in interlude skits, and just like took all the topics and they're all just boring.
I just like I think he can rap and he has occasionally some good lines, but like whenever somebody else came in, I would just perk up and I'd be more interested.
Yeah,
in
that's fair.
What he was saying. Like Joey Badass pops up, A$AP Ferg comes in with hilarious lines. He was like, he said he was it Michael Brown or reincarnated?
I heard one that was.
God.
There was one fuck
so
line.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Iced Out Like a McFlurry was a great line too. Like
Classic.
I remember these lines because they're awesome and they're so funny. But then like I can't like I listen to the album twice and I can barely remember.
The only lines. One I can remember off top.
And it's 90s rap, right? I should remember
so
lines.
90s.
Yeah.
Like I should remember clever lines.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't.
That's true. The only line I noted was "I'm Tetsuo with a Tommy gun."
Oh yeah, I did. I heard that, and that was a good.
That
was a good one.
Up.
And it's not to say like it's bad, but it's just like middling. Like if I want to hear that sound, I can put it on, and it's like pleasant, and it's like I can just like have this in the background. But as like something I would want to like further delve into and like listen and examine, I am not interested. Yeah. Like this is fine.
Because I listened to it actually multiple times. I was able to be like. Because songs like Sunset Park, most of the songs in the end, I was able to like enjoy him alone. So I was like, that's good. But definitely any song that there was a feature, I cared about the feature more. And that was my biggest complaint. But I still thought like him alone still sounded like good enough for me to enjoy it. But I was like, he clearly needs to get better. But in terms of like reviewing it as like his the first time I'm hearing this guy, basically, I was like, oh, all right. Like this guy, like I have no expectations for him. I was coming with this at a completely blank slate, and I was like, oh, this is better than I was expected. You're not better than any of your features, but this was better than I expected.
I see your point there, but like I feel like in the past I've been so impressed by like debuts from people as being like exciting, new, and this wasn't that.
Yeah, I feel like he made this album because he had to. Because he was like, ASAP 12V, like, what do you do in the ASAP mob? And everyone goes, I don't know.
But that's why I feel like it's taken this long. Because now he's finally like, oh, all right, I guess I'll put all my effort into this rap shit
You
now.
can tell he put all his effort into it. But it was just
that's
like,
why I don't know if it's like he had to do it. I think he's finally just I'm ready to
I feel like he had to put out some sort of music in general before he died. And that's like the sad truth is like if you look back on the ASAP mob, say he didn't put out this album, we wouldn't even we'd be like, well, he was there. But now we can be like, oh, well, he also made music, and we don't even have to remember if it was good or bad. But he did it. I feel like this album had to exist for his legacy. And if he makes it, I don't know him. I don't know if he wants to make another album. It felt like he just made this because he had to.
I don't know.
To be a part of the culture.
He has things to talk about. He reflects on ASAP Yams a bit. Like, there's content, you know?
I mean, he's also, like, amount of, like, New York stuff that's referenced. It's just, like, not new. But it's just, like, the amount... There's a lot of time and care put into, like, what he's, like, crafting, like... But he's just picking and choosing from old stuff, so it's not, like, new.
I feel like you could hear every influence.
Yeah, you could. It was very obvious. That's fair. Like...
There was one song I felt bad. I was like, man, this song is fire if you got rid of the lyrics. Because the beat was so
high. A lot of the production I think
and
is what's carrying it for me is I really like the production.
Hearing Ferg doing ad-libs in the background, I was like, whoa, can I just hear this as an instrumental?
Mm-hmm. You talking about the Ferg song?
No, there was another one that I remember listening to.
Oh, there's two Ferg, there's a second one.
Like, well, there's the one that's just his ad-libs.
Yeah, that one's amazing.
And that's the one I was like, can we get rid of the lyrics?
Yeah.
That one's great. I feel bad. I feel bad for not liking it, but I feel like a hater. That's how it goes.
Let's see.
Final thoughts.
Okay, what are you gonna give it, Mark?
I'm gonna give it a low cool. Like I thought.
So let's explain the scale 1 through 4.
It is. We have alright, cool, and Mondo Kool is our rating system.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel like there might be something between but and alright.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Give
to make it to 5 star, or we need to add a 5 star.
I don't want to give him a but.
Wow. I'll do it.
So
I'm going to give him a 1 because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, fuck 12.
Wow. I'm mad.
So you're giving this a butt?
It's a butt. I'm sorry, man.
I
gave it a butt because I was sitting on my butt. I didn't even get up to move at all.
I'll give this a very low
The lowest
I. Yes, a very.
And like, it's just not for me. I'm a young head when it comes to. I'm the oldest young head alive.
I was like this.
That's what I thought. I would have had you on my back.
I was gonna like it too.
I thought you'd like it.
I thought I was gonna like it too, but it wasn't.
It feels good you didn't, because I feel like such a hater when it comes to this.
Dude,
shit.
I switch over to the Jay-Z album, and I'll be like, wow, there's so much. It's like this is like the kind of stuff I hear lines he said.
That's like current New York.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, or anything Wiki does, I'm like, this is new and exciting.
Yeah, like he is New York sound.
Yeah, but
it's
like
new.
Yeah,
York.
New York.
This just felt like old New York.
New.
But shout out, thanks for making something so we can.
Also, I feel like Joey Badass does it better if it's just gonna rehash that sound.
Yeah.
Like he's like definitely
because there's more.
And he's done
lyrics.
with it too.
Yeah.
So. It feels like it's almost riding the curtails a little late on this like 90s revival.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because the bandwagon was 2013.
Yeah, probably it was like the Beast Coast movement.
That would be like the biggest time, and now it was not.
Now we're just in like the era of wild shit, and this album was too old.
All right, let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
What'd you give again? Sorry.
I gave it a low cool.
That's good. That's good. Put the cool on low.
Yeah, put the cool on low.
All right, so now here comes a fun one.
Next, we got a fun one. We got Ugly God's debut, The Booty Tape. And yeah, I'm not starting this one because now I'm a little self-conscious about my reviews.
I like you started.
No, I think Mark started the reviews of the funniest.
All right.
And then me and Austin look at each other and try to get each other's opinion.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right. Well,
exactly how it goes.
Well, this one's more of an interesting for me one because I was pretty torn about this one. Where I was like, there's only one song on there I don't like, but at the same time, I was like, this like wasn't everything I wanted. Like it was more of an expectation thing that I was let down about. Like I was just like, this still isn't like enough for me to be like, see, Ugly God's a real rapper. It's still like, it's still kind of just like, well, here's some songs you can check out so that you know what he's about. So that kind of disappointed me a little bit. But like that being said, there's a lot of songs I'd play again.
Yeah.
So like I get that it's just a collection, and he did explain like it's not really an album. It's not, but like. This album was announced like 2 years ago, so I'm like, there's no excuse for it to just be a collection. Like you should have like gone all in on this at this point at like this time. If this was like a new thing you announced, like it's one thing, but like you've been sitting on this for like 2 years and this is like all that it is. So that kind of frustrated me a bit. But the only song I didn't like was Stop Smoking Black and Mild. So I was kind of
You didn't like it?
Like,
I thought it was fun.
I like that song.
I liked it.
Really?
I was like, we all gotta stop,
I was like, who is this girl he's roasting this hard?
I thought that was hilarious.
I was in it.
I thought it was one of the funniest songs.
I was like, damn, this is
to be honest, like that was actually one of my favorite songs.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that was one of the statement songs. It wasn't one of my favorite songs musically, but it was a statement.
Yeah, that's why I liked.
That's what I liked about it. Man, I feel like this was such a fun album. Just because, like, I feel like we kind of we flipped opinions on it. I feel like I was so nervous for this album to come out because I was like, this is going to be a meme album. After listening to Fuck Ugly God, I was not pumped. Fuck Ugly God is my least favorite song on the album by far.
Damn.
I hate that song. I love Ugly God. I think he's great, but Fuck Ugly God, the chorus by like, I don't know, it sounds like you
Think
round
about
up.
that live though. Everyone like, fuck Ugly God.
But I want to hear his voice. I felt like I was like at like a summer camp and he's like rounding up the kids to scream fuck ugly God. It felt so forced, fake, and not good. It was just so like, I'm gonna do this for the gimmick of like, yeah, fuck me, man, haha, hoo hoo haha. It just felt like too gimmicky, and like to then put a gimmicky chorus on top of a gimmick was a gimmick overload. But as Ugly God has always been somewhat of a meme rapper, I like the fact that he embraced that title, started the album by being like, here's a review of someone who hates me.
Oh, dude,
I like that.
A person I actually I've watched.
Who is
that? We've seen that
like,
YouTube
I've shown
video.
these videos because I hate that channel. And it's just like this really douchey kid showing his mom like rap stuff.
Fuck, that was his mom? I know that channel.
Yeah, that was his mom.
Oh,
yeah.
And
no
she just
way.
He just has her react.
It's
No,
like
I know exactly
it's like
what channel you're talking about.
And
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah.
And his mom is actually pretty cool. She tries her best to understand everything.
Yeah.
Because he just throws her in.
She's
for
not
like,
a Bones fan.
No,
but it's good.
But she tries, and I feel like she's great. And
That's
then,
so
he's just
funny.
like, check this
and then
out.
he's like raps along. And he looks kind of dumb.
And he's like, what do you think, mom? And it's like, all right, this kid fucking sucks.
He sucks, man. You watch him like mouth the lyrics, and you're like, all right, you really want to be a part of this culture.
Yeah.
And he also explains everything terribly to his mom.
Oh my god, it's so bad. I want to die every time he does his explanations.
Yeah,
but it's a genius.
But it's funny because I watched that video, so I knew that video. It was like it's one of the only times that's happened to me where I was like, holy fuck, I know exactly what he's referencing.
Wow, what an incredible reference.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Damn. But yeah, as far as this goes, I feel like a lot of people were crazy hyped, and I was like very scared, and I was relieved when I listened to it because I was like, this is exactly what I wanted from Ugly God. It's classic Ugly God production, which those beats are new, original, fun, and ugly. They're like very him. They're so him, and everything about the album felt right. 10 songs, perfect limit. I needed no more. I liked it. I don't think it was incredible, life-changing, his best magnum opus. He's got to step it up on his next project. But as far as this went, shout out for doing something.
I guess I'm going to come out the most negative.
That's fine.
But
please, be real.
Well, I guess, like, from the songs I like Beat My Meat is probably, like, one that I love. And that song, like, towards the end, like, he, like, switches up with his falsetto and stuff. And I feel like there's, like, an amount of, like, imagination to, like, the jokiness almost. And I feel like in some of these tracks, it's just, like, the joke, and then there's nothing. Exactly. And that's, like, without... Not all of them, but some of them. Even if sometimes the joke is good enough. Yeah. Like Stop Smoking Black and Mild.
That was awesome.
Was it the fucking one right after it? I was like,
Nasty Ho?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Nasty Ho is one of my favorites.
That was good. But then the one after that.
I'm trying to fuck.
That one I thought was like, this is okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
But, and I just feel like that only occasionally would shine through. And especially with just like the fact that I knew most of the songs, it just felt like a collection of 8 songs, 10 songs. That he had. He had but it seemed like he had an opening. So I was like, does he have an ending? It's just water. It's like, okay,
yeah. The ending was disappointing.
Yeah, I wanted a great ending. Maybe that made me feel a little better about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he got like, I don't know, if he's gonna go jokey and like he just like should go all out, just like do weird voices, do like everything, and just like have fun with like. Because I think all the beats are cool, but sometimes they sound a little samey to me.
They're all Ugly God beats. Yeah, like, clearly. That's why I said ugly. They're him.
I like that, but I think he can just shift it up slightly, just so I can still know it's Ugly God, but it's like something else. You know?
Fair. That's very fair.
And I feel like there's a range within that sound that he can definitely switch it up and do stuff and like do different voices and whatnot. Because I've seen him do it before.
His falsetto, his like joke falsetto is actually hilarious.
I love his falsetto. Like not even as a joke, I love it. I want more falsetto in hip hop.
No, I agree. And it's like it's so much fun.
Cause I got a high pitched voice, I'm ready to sing along.
Cause like the songs I think I like the most from him is like he kind of switches stuff up after a bit. And some things he just didn't. It was just like, oh, this is the song and it's over. And I'm like, damn. I was like, not like the song's bad, but it is still fun. I can listen to it, but like it's not like the levels of like I don't know. I think till I die because I could listen to like I'll Beat My Meat or like Water or something. I could just
it's good.
Yeah. Can he use that? Could he actually put that like on an album?
I Beat My Meat? He should. Why?
But can he put like that ringtone? Is that like copyright?
That's a good question. The
might have to get clearance
Can you get a sample?
That's
the funniest sample clearance.
Apple, let me sample your
Apple,
ringtone
for a song called Beat My Meat.
Is that cool? How much I gotta pay for that?
Real quick though, I did have one thing that I thought was notable and exciting. Hip hop always being heavily tied to masculinity. I was very excited to hear what's Nasty Ho.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like hip hop has always been like hardcore dominating masculinity type things. And this song he was like,
let me be your slut.
Let me be your slut. Like use me. I was like, damn, that's fucking sick because I feel like we've only had hip hop where like the male is the dominant in any sexual scenario. And I thought it was sick to see a man's that's actually leading waves be like, man, use me like a like a sub role. Like I was fucking pumped to see like what a different style of masculinity.
Pussy, ass, and toes. What I'm
face,
eating for
titties,
lunch.
booty, and toes.
Yeah.
What I'm eating for lunch. But I was like, damn, shout out to a man being like, yeah, use and abuse me sexually because no one does that shit besides like underground rappers like Dirty Farms.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dirty Farms.
I agree. That's really sick.
I was just pumped. I just get so excited when like gender roles move in hip hop. Because, like, it's always been such a masculine-dominated thing to, like, change, like, the styles of masculinity that exist. For example, Tyler liking Pink and all that shit. And, I don't know, a lot of rappers that are now coming off as soft being accepted as a part of hip-hop. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped for, like, hardcore hyper-masculinity. It's still going to exist, but I want to see variations of the rainbow of men.
Right. Okay.
Anyways, it was exciting for me.
I was pumped. So what do we think here?
Oh, yeah. Final thoughts? Am I starting?
Out of 4.
I gave it a low cool. Kind of sticking with my guns there.
Low cool? What's that? Like numbers?
It's like 3.5.
Okay.
Or no, it'd be a 2.5.
That'd be 2.5, yeah.
2.5.
Out of 4?
Out of 4.
Man, it's hard to rate it just because like I knew all the songs.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Yeah. My final opinion is that I don't like like it.
I think it's not like. It's like, damn, I wish there was just, I knew 5 of the songs, or 4 of the songs of the 8, so.
Yeah.
And then I think I like 2 of the new ones.
Yeah.
So that's 2 songs I didn't like, but there's still a majority of the album I kind of liked,
yeah.
Right? So, like, I don't know.
Like, they're all songs I enjoy, I just wanted more.
But if I compare it to the last album, I think I would go back more to the certain songs I like here than the stuff on 12.
So, absolutely.
Some of it.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know. I'm biased.
Rude.
I'm biased. I don't know. Out of 4, I'm gonna give it a 3.69 because I was really nervous about this album. I was scared, but then to be relieved and it was just good. It's not something I'm gonna run back to and go, "Wow, thank you so much for putting this collection together." But I'm so happy you didn't fuck it up because now, like, I don't have to be worried about being like, "Yeah, Ugly God's amazing," and people disagreeing with me. Because that's how I feel kind of about Yachty right now. I'm like, Yachty's great, but I don't have evidence anymore.
Right.
Besides his previous works.
Let's move on to Perplexing
But yeah, let's get this shit going. You got an airplane flight too, so we gotta get moving.
All right, we gotta move this.
Let's get going. Power Hour.
Power Hour. Ray Shremmerd back at it again with a new single, Perplexing Pegasus. I can't say it. Perplexing Pegasus. As you might expect, new single. It goes hard. These guys can't make a bad song. I'm pretty sure at this point.
I think they can't make a bad single.
Yeah,
I just want a whole album of singles.
Yep,
that's it.
I agree.
Shrum Life 2 came pretty close.
Yeah, it was clear. It was just like the last couple songs. I just like it, but I want them to have that energy the whole time. I think their singles have always been great.
Yeah,
that's not something I'm worried about. I don't think at this point because they're just they're always gonna be fun. They can make a song like in 3 seconds probably.
Yeah, like it's crazy. They just
need to keep that level up the whole time. So I really hope that. I mean, this is a good sign. Hey, they can still make good songs. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if you can do it the whole time.
Definitely.
Well, speaking of not falling off, at least in my opinion, Lil Wayne dropped a new song out of nowhere with a producer named On Hell. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was pretty solid.
I liked it too.
I thought it was pretty.
I liked it too.
Dope production.
I thought some amazing lines in there.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to play bar or crap. I didn't have another word for that.
With the song?
But, like, is it a good bar or is this dumb?
But there's a combination of both Lil Wayne. Sometimes if it's so dumb, it's kind of funny.
It gets you? Yeah.
I mean, like, was it Pink Lambo, fuck breast cancer or something like that?
All Pink Rory, like, fuck breast cancer.
And I was like, that's an amazing
He says, I love Lil Wayne.
But then I'm going to follow that one up. These pussies get the dildo, I get the deal done. They get the dildo, I get the deal done.
Good.
I was like, what? I stopped working. I was like, run that one back.
That's amazing.
I listened to it like 3 times, and the 2 times I listened to it with Ryan, both of us would laugh with that line. That line was so good.
Pussies get the deal
I love Lil Wayne. I gotta listen to this.
Deal done.
I think it's a great showcase. I think it's interesting. I want him. Maybe he should pursue this sound. I don't know.
I just want to hear it.
I'm just kind of like,
maybe he's trying again.
I don't, because he also did. I don't know if you guys listened to this, but like. Early July, like I think like the 3rd of July, he released "In Tune We Trust"
with
like
the Magnolia remix, right?
Like the Magnolia remix. All of it really good. Even like the features he went.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's like all really good Lil Wayne. Like
I gotta
peak
say,
Lil
also,
Wayne
I
again.
went into this like very low expectations.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's been bad for a while, and then I like put on the song, and then I heard it, and I was like, wow, this is like a lot more interesting and like better, and like all these like funny lines. That, like I want to listen to it again and again. Just so
it sounded like peak Lil Wayne again.
Yeah.
So
I
was like,
look at I want to hear all these jokes. Like I want to listen to this over and over again.
So I'm wondering just how caught in the Birdman.
Because there's a lot. There's a lot in that song too. Yeah. It's like a lot of bars.
Can he just like release an album that's not the Carter 5? Because I feel like he's like good again. So I'm like, give us a full project.
Thinking of the Carter 5. This is a good transition we can make into the Martin Shkreli story.
Oh yeah. So fucking Martin Shkreli, who manages to stay in the press constantly, despite being the worst human being.
Isn't he going like
he's
to
like
jail
getting
for fraud?
fucked though.
Yeah, for fraud. So man got hit with a 20-year sentence.
Martin, go to hell.
That's in jail, right?
Yeah, I mean he's convicted, but I mean there's always rich white person loopholes, so he might get a shorter sentence.
Is he gonna get the fucking tennis court prison?
Yeah, exactly. He'll get the tennis court prison, and he'll probably only do like 5, but he's definitely doing jail time.
5 with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and just to like some context, in case you somehow don't know who Martin Shkreli is, he's considered one of the worst human beings in the United States.
What is it?
The farmer bro.
The farmer bro himself, because he took a AIDS relief pill that was previously $7 a pill and bumped it right up to $700 a pill.
And like people would die without this pill.
Yeah, like this is a very crucial pill, and he was just like, fuck him.
I'm shitty.
So yeah, in his history of somehow his crazy history with unreleased albums.
I can't even respect him in terms of like a troll. I thought,
not even.
Because he doesn't even follow through with stuff that he put out. He said he was gonna put out that Wu-Tang album if Trump became president. Guess what?
Hasn't happened.
Update? No, the update. We got a little update on that. The live stream.
Yeah, there is the live stream rip.
He did this like recently.
Really want it.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah, he played like the whole album on the live stream.
He did.
But
you can only get it.
It's not like released, but yeah, if you want to listen.
He said he was gonna release all of his music.
I know.
He gave a much bigger promise.
And he said he was gonna release the Carter 5, which he apparently does own by a crazy means. Apparently, what happened was Lil Wayne owned a Bugatti, as Lil Wayne would, and he eventually sold it. But apparently, he left a CD copy of the Carter 5 in the, like, CD player. Because I guess Lil Wayne's still rocking CDs. I guess he's still rocking CDs.
Oh, all his own CDs.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne only listens to himself. Yeah.
So he left his CD in the car. So the owner unknowingly has a copy of the Carter 5 in his Bugatti, which is a gold mine. And so apparently he then sold that Bugatti to Martin Shkreli, and Martin Shkreli found that there was the Carter 5 in his Bugatti on some sort of crazy luck, and basically bought it off the owner to now have the only CD copy of the Carter 5.
Damn.
Wow.
And so now that's out in existence.
That's crazy.
Which is fucking nuts. But he's off to fucking prison for hopefully the full 20 years.
Alright.
Because fuck him.
Fuck Martin Shkreli.
You know who shouldn't fuck? MF Doom. He's releasing 15
MF
new
Doom.
songs.
Shout out to MF Doom coming out the cut. That's a crazy Adult Swim deal.
It's crazy, but it's not just an album. Like if you
Yeah.
have 15 songs, that's an album.
But here's the deal. I mean, I don't know if you've heard. If you got
I
a
heard
chance
one
to
of
hear Negus.
No, I didn't listen to that.
You didn't hear that one, but
No.
he released that one with Sean Price.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one. I heard
Helter Skelter fame.
Hmm.
But it's like a Sean Price song featuring MF Doom.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like he released that one first because Sean Price recently passed away, R.I.P. And I think it was just like a respect to him. So I don't know what the rest of the songs will be like. But if they're all just like clear B-sides like that one, then it's tough to say.
I listened to another one and it was it felt like, I don't remember the name. I just clicked on one of them that like it said new MF Doom and I clicked on it and I thought there was only one. I guess there's two.
It might be 2 weeks now since the announcement, so maybe there's
because Sean Price was not on the one I listened to.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm misinformed.
Oops.
Yeah, it did sound like a B-side. It was fun, but it's not B-side.
Yeah.
So it's probably just like a bunch of little fun little tracks, and it's cool. Madvillainy 2 gonna happen? Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Doom starts? Yeah, you never know.
Who knows? He's a enigma.
Yeah, I don't know what that man is up to.
No.
Can he get back into the U.S.? Is he gonna
is he trapped
commit to
in
more
London?
stuff?
Who knows about MF Doom?
Mysterious man, he likes it that way.
Mysterious.
What else we got? We also got an amazing out of nowhere commercial from Discount Foot Locker. I mean, Foot Action. Finally coming out with actually an amazing whatchamacallit, Tim and Eric style commercial.
Beautiful. Almost like
hilarious.
They made it. Yeah, like it was like I saw Tim and Eric yesterday, and they showed some great show stuff, and just watching it back to back from yesterday, I'm like, this is weird.
Nuts.
It's literally perfect.
Copy and paste. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody, someone of the editors,
but basically,
Tim and Eric's like a genre now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. True.
No, but that was specifically looking at that.
So
it was
very much
exactly.
Yeah.
It was not even vaguely.
Cuts.
Yeah,
you're right.
But basically, to break down the commercial for people who haven't watched it, it's like a self-help style infomercial starring Gucci Mane, where he's basically telling you all the ways to get, rich like him. And I guess, as it would be, Foot Action is one of the reasons you can be a pro hustler like Gucci Mane. But it's still really funny, and it features an appearance from Cousin Stiz and Made in Tokyo. Both Made in Tokyo really funny.
Yeah.
I actually killed his performance there. So it was just like a nice, weird
quality content. Yeah.
What is this weird rappers I all like commercial that came out?
It seems in some ways they got together, much like
some type of reunion. You might say?
Yeah, I would say.
Let's dive more into that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Vic and Chance have decided to throw away all their disagreements and come together. Apparently, he says the city of Chicago needs them to be tight
buddies.
Yeah. So they're
hey everyone,
smiling together.
We did it.
They finally did it. It was this podcast. We brought them together.
Wow, everyone.
We made it.
You're welcome, Chicago.
You got it, Chicago.
This is it.
I'm gonna be in you tomorrow. Actually,
wow,
that's wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
You're gonna go reunite with.
I'm taking the award.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so you know.
Good.
But yeah, they performed Cocoa Butter Kisses together.
You should.
And had a nice little.
And they kissed.
Yeah, and Chance praised Vic's album. Said it was pretty good and very important, but
Yeah. Whoa.
That's not
I
friendship.
Point out also a thing I hate was I've been seeing little posters of that album around. Have you seen the Vic Mensa?
The autobiography cover.
Yeah. It's most important thing you'll hear this year. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like, come on.
It's so ridiculous. You should never. That's the corniest thing you could put.
Definitely. Very rough. But in terms of people being connected,
but being rough and maybe some sort of beef.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Creating beef almost. Or maybe a joke beef.
Yeah, this one's kind of weird. Been annoying me because it keeps popping up. I was going to discount it before, but it pops up enough where I'm like, all right, what's the deal? Basically, it's been trying to be put out there that Tyler and Schoolboy Q are beefing. And there's been multiple things on what it was. The most recent being apparently Schoolboy Q got left off Who Dat Boy.
He didn't get left off.
You feel like Schoolboy Q got left off? Who that boy?
He claims that Tyler's claims that he made that beat for Who That Boy, and it is a pretty Schoolboy beat.
I feel like I got left off Who That Boy.
I feel like I was on Who That Boy.
I feel like
I was on Who That Boy.
I got left off.
I'm that boy.
But
who he is?
I'm confused. Is there more to this story than somebody asking Schoolboy Q, why are you on this song? And then Schoolboy being like, I didn't want to body ASAP and Tyler. And then Tyler like, what the fuck? I made this song for you. Do you respond to that after that?
That's pretty much it. That's what the media is pointing to, and I haven't seen much about that. And then there was the other thing was there was
he called him like a fat idiot.
Yeah, that was there was a
Tyler called him a fat idiot.
There was an Instagram there was an Instagram a live post or video where Schoolboy was like, "Yo, this is my concert. Look at all these people," and Tyler was like, "They're only they're only applauding because you have a camera in front of them, you fat idiot," or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's classic Tyler and them just fucking with each other. They do that to each other all the time.
Yeah. Also to point out, the Schoolboy Q is a very mean sense of humor.
Yeah. All he does is roast people.
Yeah, he roasts people. One time he fucking was trying to light Absol's hair on fire during an interview.
Exactly.
You gotta.
I've seen the dude can be a dick to his friends.
And
then Tyler's also known to being a dick to his friends. So you put them together, they're just joking around. The Schoolboy just probably didn't care. Also, maybe Tyler was a little mad, but it's not something I think is real beef.
Right. I'm really getting annoyed that the media is trying to portray this as oh, these guys hate each other. They're so mad. I'm do you know these people? Of course they're gonna interact like this.
They always act like this.
It's not real beef.
It's not surprising at all.
Maybe Tyler might be a little what the fuck, really, dude? But it's not a mad.
Yeah, it's not I'm never fucking with you again.
A lot, because that beat does sound.
It does sound like a Schoolboy Q Tyler collab song.
He would be on it, so.
It's not beef. It seems just spam.
It's really odd though. I feel the weirder thing is maybe it's just because I usually don't get the insider information on this, but the amount of decline features on his album is weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Really odd, and I don't know what I was confused, and maybe it might be it's just coincidence, or maybe they're I don't know about this album. I don't know. Who knows? It's just the fact that we just keep finding out more and more about people being oh no, I'd rather not. It's weird to me. Even though it came out to be a great album. Yeah. So it's whatever.
Could be the internalized homophobia, man.
I don't know. It could.
They heard it was called Flower Boy, and they were like,
yeah, but
for me.
At the same time, it's Lil Wayne's on the album. It's all these. I don't know. It's weird to me, the amount of
decline features. Yeah.
Or at least the fact that even Schoolboy Q lie about something like that, I guess, is kind of weird. I don't know.
I'm not surprised that Schoolboy Q would have been they didn't want me to body them. That's...
No, I know, but the fact that he just wouldn't be on a song, Schoolboy Q could fucking be on any song.
Yeah.
So what amount of effort does it take from him?
Right. That's true. That's very true.
Either way, it came out being maybe he just heard him and ASAP Rocky and was this is as good as it can be. I don't think I can add more. Maybe he felt that way more so, and then he just fucking was joking around on Twitter. Who knows? Yeah. It's their relationship. I'm not friends with them.
Fair enough.
That's super fair.
Well, let's get you the heck out of here and get you to your flight, pal.
Yeah.
And let's wrap this one up. This has been episode 4 of the Mondo Kool podcast.
Mondo.
Once again, I'm your boy.
I like that bit.
Cool.
I'm your boy, Mark Lane, a.k.a. Some Black Kid on all social medias.
Right. Enrique on Twitter.
Ooh.
Just find me.
Find them.
And I'm Austin Dodge, also known as Austin Dodge.
Wow.
D-O-D-G-E.
You really nailed
it. The car.
Yep.
Austin the city.
Austin Dodge. Dang.
That's helpful.
Car city.
Car, yeah.
City car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
yeah, you used to Google Austin Dodge and it was a car dealership in Texas.
I did it opposite, on the yearbook.
It's real. Yeah, Austin Dodge exists. It's a car dealership. It's a location.
Now it's a pro football player. Right?
It's a pro football player now. The pro football player took my SEO, asshole.
That sucks.
Fuck Austin Dodge, the football player.
I think it's a good note.
Who are you? But yeah, so that's it. Follow us.
Man.
Follow us on Twitch if you're watching us right now and you haven't. Also hit up our dang SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And hit up our dang YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
And if you want to listen to this again, we'll do a little replay of this on the Big Boy Radio on the Discord.
Big Boy Radio.
It's gonna be sick.
Wow, we got reruns now?
Reruns.
Wow, this is so
Big Boy
incredible.
Radio.
So yeah, hit up Big Boy Game Town. Follow them as well.
Biggest boys.
The biggest boys. All right,
and,
y'all.
Peace. Bye. That's a good outro.
Gang, gang.